This is Born Strategist, and in this video, I'm going to be asking as well as answering the following question. Is it too little, too late for Titanfall? Now, the reason why I decided to go ahead and ask that question is because, well, as a person who thoroughly enjoyed the original Titanfall when it came out, as a matter of fact, I actually got myself an Xbox One console for that very reason. I enjoyed it for what it was. It didn't have very much in the way of content, but it was still enjoyable nonetheless. Now, having said that, I did recently play a little bit of the open tech test for Titanfall 2, and I must admit, just speaking for myself here, that I am a little burnt out of Twitch shooters. Now, that's mainly due to the fact that we've seen Call of Duties annually for the last, I don't know how many years now, probably over a decade. And on top of all that, it's been some time since we've seen the last Titanfall game. And since that time, there's been a lot of other games that have come out that have actually done quite well for themselves, especially financially. And for that very reason, we have more alternatives now, and it kind of feels as if, at least to me, that a lot of people are going to move on. And not that there's anything wrong with Titanfall, because it actually functioned quite well for like a pre-alpha or whatever phase it's in. And I enjoyed it for what it was, but nonetheless, I want more from my games. Now, granted, they're going to be adding in a single player campaign, which, kudos to them because they actually put some effort into it. And they didn't necessarily have all that time to begin with when they first, came out with the original Titanfall. Because just in case you don't know, that was a new company. They only had so much to work with, and they had to take an exclusive license agreement with Microsoft in order to get the game out. So I don't necessarily fault them for that because I know that their backs were against the wall and they only had so much time to build it. And it's definitely difficult to make a game. So that's fine. I can understand why they didn't have a lot of content. It's not as if they had a great deal of resources backing them, because they didn't when compared to other games like, Star Wars Battlefront or Destiny or Call of Duty. So if one of those games fucks up, there's really no excuse in that regard, simply due to the fact that they have so much support. But with Titanfall, it was different. Granted, they did get some money from Microsoft, but now they're cross-platform, which is good for them because they'll make some more money in the long run. But when compared to other games like Destiny or Call of Duty or whatever it may be, I don't know how successful it'll be when compared to those particular franchises, considering that both of them are backed by Activision, which is, the biggest publisher as of this point in time. Now, having said that, will Titanfall sell well? Yes, I think it'll sell well enough. Now, will it be, more popular than some of these other franchises that are currently out there, such as Destiny or Call of Duty or whatever it is? Probably not, simply due to the fact that those franchises have a foothold on the market, meaning that they've been around longer, they're established, they had more content, which I never thought I'd say about Destiny, but they did have more content than Titanfall, considering that the first version of Titanfall was nothing more than essentially a beta test, but very well done beta test, mind you. Now, will it be, the end all be all of first person shooters? It's hard to say, considering that, there isn't going to be anywhere near as much content as a Call of Duty game. But I'm sure that a lot of people will actually thoroughly enjoy it as a result of, the difference in gameplay and style and mechanics and all that type of stuff. Granted, Call of Duty seems to be going in that direction as well, with the wall running, the jetpacks, and the jumping, and, who knows, you'll probably have a mech-like kill streak in the next Call of Duty game. But thing is that it does feel a little similar to some of the more recent futuristic versions of Call of Duty, but we'll see what happens when the game releases, because you never know, they may manage to surprise us. With that said, what's your thoughts? What's your opinions? Are you looking forward to Titanfall 2, or are you not looking forward to it? Let me know below. Until next time, thanks for watching. For more objective reviews, strategy guides, commentaries, and more, stay tuned to this channel.